My name is Samantha Espinosa. This is my final project for Helping Skills APB8. It is December 6th, and my project is on alcoholism. Alcoholism is a pattern of alcohol use that involves problems controlling your drinking, being preoccupied with alcohol, continuing to want alcohol when it causes problems, having to drink more to get the same effect, or having withdrawal symptoms when you stop drinking. Counselor skills for alcoholism include active listening, which is a psychotherapeutic technique in which the therapist listens to a client closely, asking questions as needed in order to fully understand the content of the message and depth of the client's emotion. Listening involves your ears. Active listening involves your ears, eyes, brain, mouth, body, and other senses. Active listening also encourages acknowledgement and affirmation of the messages communicated by the speaker or presenter. This exchange of sending and receiving information provides for a clearer picture of the thoughts, feelings, and circumstances of the speaker. Active listening provides a better understanding, which in turn provides a better experience for the client and a more thoughtful and engageful response from the therapist. Another counselor skill that's important with alcoholism is empathy. Empathy is an understanding of a person from his or her frame of reference rather than one's own, or vicariously experiencing that person's feelings, perceptions, and thoughts. Empathy is more than just walking in someone else's shoes. It's being aware of the fit and feeling of the shoes, how many steps the shoes take, where the shoes go, where the shoes came from, etc. It is essentially having the understanding and awareness of the thoughts, feelings, and experiences of another person. Empathy is important in counseling because it provides a bridge of acceptance and understanding to the client. If a therapist lacks empathy, they lack the ability to perceive and interpret the thought processes and experiences of others. Lastly, another counselor skill is emotional intelligence. It's a type of intelligence that involves the ability to process emotional information and use it in reasoning and other cognitive activities. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand emotions on a deeper level than just experiencing them. It involves an understanding of the source and process of emotions, as well as their purpose and motivation. It involves having a social awareness of appropriate responses to emotion and having the ability to respond to other people's emotional needs in a positive and effective way. It assists in relationship development and relationship management, and that's what makes it an incredibly valuable skill in counseling. Moving on to counseling approaches for alcoholism, we have motivational interviewing. Motivational interviewing is a client-centered yet directive approach for facilitating change by helping people to resolve ambivalence and find intrinsic reasons to make behavior changes that are needed. Motivational interviewing is a style of communication that's goal-oriented. It involves asking the right questions in the right manner to allow the client to reflect and process their sources of conflict. It involves removing or reducing ambivalence regarding change and increasing the confidence needed to initiate and facilitate change within their lives. Another approach for alcoholism is cognitive behavioral therapy. It's a form of psychotherapy that integrates theories of cognition and learning with treatment techniques that are derived from cognitive therapy and behavior therapy. CBT assumes that cognitive, emotional, and behavior variables are functionally interrelated. Cognitive behavior therapy works to transform the thought processes and behavior responses to those thought processes. It involves developing more awareness of one's emotions, thoughts, and feelings, and how these emotions, thoughts, and feelings contribute to behavior and choices. It also involves challenging maladaptive thinking processes and behaviors and replacing them with adaptive responses to create a habit of wellness rather than a habit of illness. And lastly, we have group therapy and support groups as a counseling approach for alcoholism. Members who share a problem come together to provide help, comfort, and guidance in support groups. Group therapy and support groups offer peer-to-peer education, encouragement, and engagement. Groups are usually facilitated by a peer with specialized training or experience, and groups allow for the sharing of personal experience and testimony as it relates to the main topic of the group. This exchange of progress, failure, experience, feelings, and encouragement from peers can be an incredibly valuable experience to individuals with poor support systems and low confidence within themselves. These are my references for this project. Thank you very much for listening.